So I've got all the resistors installed, minus these two higher wattage resistors here. In the end, I created a map here. I basically exposed only on this all of the resistor locations and a few landmark things. And this was really valuable for me to be able to find individual positions that just didn't pop out to me on the silk screen. All the resistors are in. Everybody is checked off in the list here. So I've worked through both pages. All those resistors are in. I made two mistakes during the install. There's two 15K and one 18K resistor. There's an 18K up here. I had a 15K in there accidentally. It took a bit to figure that out. And there were three 220 ohm resistors here, here, and here, I believe, that I accidentally put in 2.2K. So rather than red, red, brown, I put in red, red, red. And it took a bit to find those and get them in the right positions. So like I said, there was two mistakes made. We then move on to these two resistors, and they basically have us wrap the leads together. I have looked for just a single 30 ohm high wattage resistor in my stock, and I haven't found anything. So they have us basically wrap these together like this, solder them, which I will do here. See, I'm not super thrilled with this, but it is what it is. I guess this is cheaper than. So I'm guessing that these are dropper resistors. This has got 12 volts AC coming in to produce the plus and minus 12 rails, and I'll bet these are dropper resistors before the 7805 regulator that are there simply to not dissipate as much heat through the regulator. That's a guess. I have not looked at the schematics. And then they have us bend these around this way and put them in. It is what it is. That's not going to reach, but I flared the leads a bit back here. So, again, this just reminds me, I've used the word old school before. It really is kind of an old school build here. Single-sided board, etc., jumper links. So anyhow, we move on to capacitors next. And we'll do a few of these together, and then I'll finish them up on my own as we have all along here. Let's take a look at what we've got in here. First thing I'm going to do is sort a bit. There were two leftover resistors from the build. They just don't seem to go anyplace. Let's sort all the electrolytics. They're obvious. Like I said, looking at the list here, there are more capacitors here than you would think, which is fine. Like I say, we can work the list down here quite a bit. Strongly recommend sorting parts. I actually sorted all the resistors out. Anywhere there was two or more of the same value, they got sorted. And in the individual trays, I used this and some other organizers to do that. We've got two of these little film caps here, and I suspect they're both the same value. I don't know that. These could be, well, they're a foil cap. Yeah, so I was going to say they might be tantalum, but I don't think so. I think they're just a foil cap. Is that the capacitor that's been floating around on the bench here forever, or did it come out of this? I think it's the one that's been floating around on the bench. Those look like they might be the same value. This, and this look like they might be the same value. quit everybody sticking together. Those are all 473s. I think they'll say 10 something on them. I could be wrong. I'm gonna have to get a better look here. What I'm looking for are the 233 picofarads. The first one here, it wants to install. It would look like those are probably all the same. So this pair of glasses, let me check and make sure it's actually recording, and it is. Is this the pair of glasses I wanted? No, it is not. I wanted these. 33K, those are going to be the 330 picofarads that go at C2 and C3. Pretty sure that's what these are. Just going to set them in place for now. And look at the rest of these. I need some additional light. Sorry, this is going to create some glare. I probably should have sorted these before I started the video. Looks like it says 104 on it, but it's really hard to say. Yeah, 104. So these are 0.1 microfarad discs. 104, so those are 0.1 microfarad discs. These are 473.47 or 0.047, I think 0.047. 102. Okay, there's a mixer. 103. 103. 103, 103, 103, and 103. So the only ones that could be the 33 picofarad are the ones I've got there already on the board. So can I get those to kind of walk down into some kind of position on the board where they're somewhat straight. I'd like them to look nice after all, even though this will be hidden in a case. I'd still like the board to look nice if possible. So these are either side of the crystal oscillator for the microcontroller. So that is C2 and C3 installed. I'm going to jump down to these 3 473s, or these, we'll do these together, and then that'll really be enough together, and then I'll continue on my own. A lot of caps here. Poly, okay, Mylar. Where are the... here's the electrolytic. Okay. So, we've got 0.047s at C34, 35, 36. C34. The caps are not something, those 35. These capacitors are not something that I have put together a map of ahead of time. C34, what did I say, 34, 35, 36, there's 35. Looking for 34 or 36, there's not that many. 16, 12, 14, C36 is here. So now I need a C34. 1378. C34. 21, 20, 24, 13, 36, 17, 16, 12, 11, 4, 7, 8. It really does say C34. C24. Am I reading it wrong? No, it's C34, C24. These are all these .047s, the 473s is our mark. To keep in mind with these disc caps is the body size really isn't a good indicator of the capacitance. It's more a good indicator of the working voltage or the max voltage. So that's why these 33 picofarads are so big here. This is, probably a pretty high voltage cap, relatively speaking. Still looking for C34. There it is. C34. Let's kind of get these all in to where they look okay. Pretty exciting stuff. And here we are. So I will proceed on with the other disc caps off camera, and in a second here we'll be installing the electrolytics together. So see you in a moment.